What's up, everybody? It's your boy AT2 here. Now, this is gonna be a different kind of video because I'm 50-50 on if this is like a real person spreading misinformation or if this is one of those AI videos spreading misinformation. But Gena Tew, who everybody knows, she came out with her story a couple of years ago that she had contracted AIDS, well, HIV, and then it turned into AIDS, and she had no clue. Roughly, she said she was living with this about for 10 years. Now, she had been linked to many popular people as far as Nick Cannon, Chris Brown, and a few others. But this is the first time I heard that she was linked to Diddy. This thing has gotten so out of control that Gina actually had to come out and make a statement in regards to this. But let's check out the video first, and then we'll go ahead and check out Gina's statement after. But please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Let's go. All right, let's get to the video. But first, let me just say this. The reason why I'm 50-50 if this is a real person or a AI is because the voice sounds black. Usually the AI videos, they all sound white, right? So I hate to sound ignorant like that, but y'all know what I'm saying, damn it. Don't act stupid. Here we go.
Because it looks like the streets have finally figured out how Diddy got HIV, and I guarantee that y'all are about to be shook. Word on the streets is that Diddy allegedly had a lil something with influencer Gena Tew back in the day, and she allegedly gave him HIV. Say what now? And every time we think that we have finally gotten to the last of the chaos, something new pops up, and this situation with Gina is about to blow things wide open all over again. So how exactly did Diddy and Gina meet, and who else did they pass the virus to? Let's break it down. Okay, so it's interesting that Gina would speak up, but then again, I guess we shouldn't be too surprised because she has never shied away from talking about her status. In fact, she is one of the few influencers who have come forward to talk about it without feeling ashamed about it. She came forward on her own back in 2022 and revealed that she didn't know she had HIV, and because it went untreated for so long, it developed into AIDS. She said, "All I know is that because I was so sick to the point of death, they said I had to have it for 8 to 10 years. And in that time frame, I was living in New York City and I was homeless. I did get SA'd a couple times, not something I like to talk about. Now, I need y'all to keep the New York part in mind because we're going to get back to it in a bit." Since she first revealed her status, Gina has posted more videos.
New York could literally mean anybody. Like, that doesn't mean that it was Diddy. That could be anybody, literally. I mean, there's a whole bunch of, and let's also state this: famous people, they live all across the globe. As you guys know, Diddy has a home in New York, Miami, Los Angeles. Well, he had to sell those recently, but you know.
About how she's dealing with the virus, including this video that she captioned, "I lost all my muscle and strength due to immune system, AIDS, and being in a hospital bed for so long."
This will be the last time that we stand. I don't know how long we've been here, but yeah, I got here probably about 20 minutes before you. Ready?
I remember this. This is sad.
2, 3. Push through those legs. Come on, push. Stand up. Push through those legs. Come on, do it. Push those legs. Anyway, not bad. Not bad at all.
Okay, pounds from just 65 pounds. She said, "So last y'all heard I was 98 pounds, right? Well, I am now 105 pounds, baby. I freaking made it. The doctor said it was actually 106 pounds, but I'm like, no, because I'm taking off one for my clothes, and my shoes. Even if it is 106, y'all, I made it. That was my goal weight." She's also back to walking on her own and seems to be doing good. But what does this have to do with Diddy? Well, word on the streets is that Diddy allegedly also has HIV, and he might have been the one to infect Gina. This is wild, but the conspiracy theories started getting stronger when Diddy went to prison. When he was on the outside, he had access to his fancy doctors, and it was easy to keep his viral load pretty low, so low that nobody could have guessed. The rumors were already going around then, but a lot of people.
Now, why it show Dr. Dre when it talked about his doctors? And let's be honest about something. I have heard the rumors about Diddy possibly having HIV. I've heard it. My thing about that is if you're gonna make that kind of accusation, like you need to have some kind of proof. Now we know that people were getting prescriptions and different names. I think Frank Black was one of his names that he used to get prescriptions. But as I know, that was for, drugs as far as Percocets or anything that helps you calm and keep you cool, all those kind of things. I don't take any medication for that. I got cholesterol medicine. That's what I got. But I don't know the different kinds, but all those kind of pharmaceuticals that calm you down and keep you from stressing out, having anxiety, those kind of things. But I haven't seen anything that say he takes a certain kind of brand for human immunodeficiency. I haven't seen that.
People didn't believe it at the time because he looked healthy. But when you think about it, it's not so surprising that Diddy would allegedly have an STI or an STD. His freak-offs are legendary, and not in a good way. There have been reports of freak-off sessions that got out of hand, and from the way those things happened, it doesn't seem like they always remembered to use protection. The freak-offs were wild AF, and according to rumors, STIs and STDs were passed around like party favors. Oh, and let's not forget the rumors that he allegedly gave Usher herpes. So yeah, HIV is not out of the imagination. And once Diddy went to prison and no longer had access to his fancy doctors, the effects of the virus started to show. From the moment the trial started, folks couldn't ignore how different Diddy looked. Gone was that flashy, unstoppable energy he used to carry everywhere. Whether he was shutting down.
Well, yeah, because he's getting older. That's why he looking, the way he looking, all gray, disheveled, and everything like that. He getting older.
Red carpets or just strutting through the city like he owned it. Instead, he looked smaller, older, tired, like life had taken a real swing at him. And no, this wasn't just a little weight loss. There was something deeper, something off, and people started whispering that this was more than just stress. At first, most people chalked it up to the pressure. The legal trouble he was in would have rattled anybody, especially someone who's been living the high life for decades. But this felt different. It was like the shine had completely worn off, and what was left had people worried. It didn't take long for the rumors to start flying, and as the days went on, people began saying this felt different. It wasn't just about missing the spotlight or being out of his element. Some started to believe something much deeper was going on. Whispers turned into full-blown speculation. More and more people began to suggest that his appearance wasn't just from pressure or aging, but possibly tied to a serious health issue.
Now,
and pretty quickly,
I was going to say, in prison, no matter what you got, they make sure that you get the drugs that you need. They make sure that you get all the medication and everything. I mean, that's why we pay taxes. All of that is covered. So they wouldn't just let him in there just die. Like, that's not true.
One theory began to dominate, that Diddy might be battling HIV. The chatter only got louder when those courtroom sketches hit the internet. Social media users zoomed in, dissecting every detail of his face. They pointed out his hollow cheeks, tired-looking eyes, and a lack of energy that just didn't seem like him. People compared the drawings and real footage to older photos, and the physical shift was undeniable. Even court reporters who were actually in the room mentioned how off he seemed, not just emotionally drained, but physically sluggish in a way that raised eyebrows. This wasn't casual gossip anymore. It became a serious topic of conversation online, with fans and critics alike questioning what might really be going on behind the scenes. Girl, when I say the internet exploded after that, I mean it went up in flames. People weren't just talking about Diddy possibly messing around. The real
how I was talking about the voice and stuff like that? Like that girl, that don't even sound believable. I'm like, this is some bullshit. See, this is why TD Jakes is trying to sue all these channels, because they over here lying.
Came from the wave of rumors suggesting he might have exposed other celebrities to HIV during those infamous freak-offs. And once that started making the rounds, things got real messy. Because let's be honest, the list of celebrities rumored to have attended those parties is long, and some of those names hold serious weight in the industry. So once people started connecting the dots, it felt like a scandal waiting to erupt. It wasn't just about Diddy anymore. It turned into a much bigger question about who might have been involved and who might have been affected. And to make it worse, Hollywood already has that reputation. You know, the kind of scene where everyone's hooked up with everyone at some point. The lines between friendships, relationships, and hookups are so blurred that if even a fraction of this rumor is true, the ripple effect would be huge. People started questioning not just Diddy's status, but the health and honesty of some of the biggest names in the game. Then Jaguar Wright came through and threw gasoline on the fire. She didn't just say Diddy had HIV. She claimed that
whenever Jaguar Wright is your source, you know something is wrong. I'm just gonna say it.
he had been living with it for a while and that he wasn't the only one. According to her, there are at least 20 other men in the industry who might be facing the exact same thing. That claim sent the internet into overdrive. People started pulling up old interviews, digging into past appearances, and rewatching clips with a whole new lens.
Oh, you know, they gonna put Jaguar Wright in jail. I'm telling you, all these interviews that she has done, they putting that lady in jail. I'm telling you.
He caught HIV like having like a lot of women.
Oh yeah, let's just go down the rabbit hole of all of his sins.
I'm just saying.
You want to know what's wild about that though? He faced that head up.
He did.
He didn't stop doing what he's done.
He an advocate. Now he did do that. And
period. Listen to me. He faced that head up. How many dudes is running around undetectable? G.
Come on.
In the game. Man. Because I could tell you 20 right now that I could rattle off names, and wouldn't nobody be able to sue me.
The rumors.
But were they talking about Diddy with that? Like that, I need that in context. Like, were they talking about Diddy in the beginning, talking about he's undetectable? I'm all like, what are they? Again, you can piece anything and then draw a conclusion from it. And of course, Jag knows everybody business, quote unquote. Come on now.
Blew up from there, and the internet went into full investigation mode. People started combing through Diddy's past relationships and industry connections, trying to figure out who else might be caught up in this mess. One name that kept popping up over and over was Usher. Fans immediately brought up how close Diddy and Usher used to be, especially those stories about Usher living with him as a teen. And with these new claims swirling, all those old questions came rushing back to the surface. But it didn't stop there. Other names started getting thrown into the mix too. Meek Mill's name came up, especially because of how often he's been seen around Diddy in recent years. Then Craig Mack, who passed away in 2018 from what was reported as heart failure, suddenly became part of the conversation again, with people wondering if there was more to his story than we were told. Even Kim Porter's name wasn't off limits. Despite her death being labeled as pneumonia related, fans have long speculated that something didn't sit right with how it all played out. But one name that people could have never seen coming is Gena Tew.
Y'all remember? I want to say something before we get back to Gina. I want to say this. It's crazy because at the time we were just listing off anybody who's connected to Diddy. But after this trial came out, we found out, okay, it wasn't just 30 billion celebrities and these freak off tapes and all this. It was just Diddy, one of the girls, and then his escort, the male escorts that he would get. So again, we kind of were misled into thinking that all these celebrities was part of, because we were listening to all this conspiracy theory shit, and basically what they just rattled off was all conspiracy. It didn't come out to be true.
New York part and how she said she got HIV in New York. Well, she recently confirmed that the person who gave her HIV is a popular celebrity based in New York and lives that kind of lifestyle, if you catch my drift. And there is nobody who fits that description more than Diddy. According to reports, she said she was confident the person who transmitted it to her was a particular celebrity man who she had been sexually with on and off for years and actually had feelings for. The influencer was alerted by someone she knew to an interview with the unnamed celebrity, which prompted Tew to start thinking again about how she had contracted the virus. She spoke about how she had dealt with cops over this person due to conduct, and said comments he made in the interview made her think again.
So this is interesting because I was actually going to do a video on this because the celebrity is not Diddy. It's actually, the celebrity is actually white. So it's interesting hearing this, and they're trying to connect it to Diddy. It is not Diddy. It's not him.
That was cops over this person due to sexual conduct stuff that I thought was no big deal, so I brushed it off. But the fact that it's coming back to my face and they're telling me stuff about STDs and all this mess, and this man has been with me and everybody else doing the same thing with everybody else. And I don't know how to just brush it off anymore, because it's like, what if, what if this is the person who did this to me and he's living his best life? But hey, you can't have assumptions because it just makes an ass out of you and me. That's what they say. I'll never know. Right? But I just don't like seeing stuff like that. I wake up and it ruins my whole day, because I'm like, I don't think about this stuff for that reason, because I don't want to even, I can't do anything about it.
And considering all the evidence against Diddy, plus the previous allegations of him keeping his STI status hidden and allegedly.
So, like I said, Gina has said in the past that her ex-boyfriend was the person who she thought gave it to her. And then there's an interview actually featured on Sloan's backup channel. Y'all know who Sloan, not the blonde hair lady that's a psychic. Sloan, the other guy who does like documentary style videos. He did an interview with a girl and she was talking about her experience with a certain celebrity. This kind of woke up Gina and was all like, oh, I dealt with him as well too. So it has me thinking that he might be the person. Like I said, the celebrity is actually white. The reason why I'm not going to say it in this video is because I heard he likes to strike and stuff like that. So I need to talk to a lawyer before I just go ahead and name who it is. But it's it's somebody in the music industry that makes, a certain kind of music that's kind of like alternative, kind of like dance music. Wink, wink. All right. So after all of this, Gina actually responded to the rumor. So I wanted to go ahead and pull up her video right now because, again, I never knew that she was connected to Diddy. Like I said, we heard Chris Brown, we heard Nick Cannon. Even some people try to say Nick Cannon had it because, he always gets sick and stuff like that. And that's not his element, And I think also, too, we have to have an educated conversation. Like, you can live with HIV. That's not a death sentence. Now, the reason why Gina, it got so bad is because, one, she probably wasn't getting tested regularly. And two, she had it for so long that it developed into AIDS. So this is why she got down so bad. But it's not the 80s anymore. There's medicine that you take. As they said earlier, you can be undetectable to where, well, Jaguar said it, you can be undetectable to where you can have intercourse without spreading the disease. So, or the virus, I should say, I'm sorry, without spreading the virus. So again, let me go ahead and pull up her response video here. And I'm happy that Gina is saying something because there's a lot of different videos, at least about 15 videos talking about this celebrity and that celebrity. And 8 of them was just them saying that Diddy was the one who gave it to her. So again, I think at this point she was all like, I gotta say something because these people are just going to keep talking or saying that this person or that person gave it to me. Here we go, you guys.
Turns out that the popular AIDS patient Gena Tew left out some things out of her HIV.
Wait, did it say popular AIDS patient? Y'all be wild. Y'all be wilding, I swear.
Story she's been telling folks on the internet, and it has to do with her freaking off with Diddy around the exact same time she caught the virus.
I'm sorry. What did I do? I swear y'all are bored. Don't you got that girl's last name up there? It's her last name too. Isn't it a whole different Gina? No, it's got to be me because I'm apparently the only girl on the planet of the earth that has HIV. Gotta be me. Y'all tripping. At this point, I really start feeling like I should be suing people because there was no allegedly at the beginning of that. I need some extra coins anyway. Don't play with me because I will do it. Let alone, I never even met that man. I've met a lot of people. No, I did not sleep with a lot of people because I know that's where y'all's brain always goes. I met a lot of people, but I've never met Diddy. I've never done a freak off, and I ain't ever been no high-end escort dancer or whatnot. When I heard there was a rumor going around saying that I was a high-paid dancer, that is hilarious. I ain't ever had no booty to shake. I've always been under 100 pounds, let alone I'm the girl who likes to go to parties, sit in the corner and drink in my baggy pants and my heels and my bandana. I ain't never been the one shaking ass on a strip pole and selling it for anybody. Excuse my language. See, I got me out of character. Anyways, yeah, chill out, cause I know y'all need some money too, but don't be lying on my name.
It turns out that the popular
She right about that. Like, it's crazy. People literally will run with anything on the internet. And here's the thing. I know by me doing this video, people are not going to care that she's debunking it. I'm debunking it. Nobody's going to care about that. They're just going to go with the salaciousness of it and be like, oh, yeah, see, I knew it was Diddy. He did this. And listen, I don't know Diddy's medical history, so I can't tell you if he does or if he doesn't. But we got to be responsible and not say, like, this man gave it to this person and that person, just like the Usher story. Like, I've heard that a trillion billion times. Until Usher comes out and tell his story, I'm not talking about it no more. Like, that's how I feel. We trying to bully these celebrities into admitting something. If they're not going to admit it, or if they say that it's not true, then I'm just going with that. I'm not trying to pressure them into, because here's the thing. If they want to live a lie, or if they don't want to address something, that's on them. It ain't got nothing to do with me. But please let me know what you guys think about this video. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. And do y'all want me to do more reactions to these AI videos and debunk them? Because I just feel like they're getting way too out of hand, and people are starting to look at us, the actual content creators, and be like, oh, all y'all do is lie. And it's like, hold on. Now, I ain't just gonna lie or make up a story. Like this, if the story is out there and it's somebody telling their story, then yeah, I'm gonna give my commentary on it. But I'm not just gonna lie to lie. Like, some of us have integrity, not all of us, but some of us. But anyway, you guys, I appreciate y'all for watching the show. Deuces, everybody. We out. And also, please get tested regularly. Please strap up. Please educate yourself, because I think the more you know, the better you do. And I feel like education is really key. Love y'all.